it do, comic bros? It's your boy Super Sean, and I'm back with another video. Today we talking top 10 reads of 2025. This will be a two-part video. I will do 10 through 6, and then I will come back with the top 5 in part 2. So I just like to thank y'all for rocking out with your boy. Let's get into this list. But before we do that, I need y'all to smash that like button. Hitting that like button pushes this video through the algorithm, and it helps me out more than any Cash App donation. So if you really rock with your boy, go ahead and smash that like button. But I already feel like I've been talking too much. Let's get into it. Yeah. So, number 10 on my top 10 reads of 2025 goes to Marv Wolfman's Vigilante. Yes, I'm taking it back to the old school. Now, I was not expecting this series to be this damn good. Maybe I was tripping because it's Marv Wolfman and he just always does stellar work. Now, I guess I was kind of expecting this vigilante to be portrayed more like the one on the Peacemaker show, but no, it's much better. It's much serious. This vigilante is ferocious. This vigilante is steadfast. This vigilante is hardcore and he don't play no game. See, he's also an attorney. The one in the Peacemaker TV show was a cook, so you can already tell it's a big 180 from that vigilante that we have grown to love on the tube. But this Adrian Chase, he was a district attorney until the Scrapnelly crime mob family unalived his wife and kids. That sent him over the edge and he became the vigilante. This series ran for 50 issues, and I didn't read all 50, but I read more than half of it and it was all great. So many guest appearances from the DCU, and he goes toe-to-toe with Nightwing, toe-to-toe with Peacemaker. He takes on Cyborg. Adrian Chase also struggles with his identity as the vigilante because he took an oath to serve justice in the courtroom. Now he's serving justice through his fist and a gun, and it kind of torments him through this whole run. So there's always a psychological threat to deal with his own mind and the bad guys. The artwork is stellar through this. I will tell you, a lot of people don't get locked up. He finishes them off right then and there. But it was such a great series. It was a load of fun, and I look forward to finishing it. So this is Vigilante by Marv Wolfman at number 10. At number 9, sliding in, is Batman by James Tynion Omnibus Volume 1. Now, all I gotta say about this is it was not as near as bad as they say it was. This book opens up with a 7-part arc featuring a new villain named Designer. His whole thing is kind of like a sleight of hand. He hires a bunch of contract killers to sort of keep Batman busy, because he knows that these guys can't really defeat Batman, but he hires them to keep him busy. You get to see people like Gunsmith. You get to see my favorite Batman villain of all time, Deathstroke. You get to see the ever so graceful Shazir in this arc as well. And while Batman is going toe-to-toe kind of dealing with these assassins, the sleight of hand is going on right over here and something else is happening. This arc is a little slow. It does start off slow. So the first 8 issues is kind of slow, but man, it does pick up soon as the Joker War takes off. We get to see the Joker take everything Batman built and worked for and turn it on him using his own money. using some of his allies, using his own property to wage war against him and the city of Gotham. We also get the Clown Hunter origin in here, which is so dope. Clown Hunter to me is one of the best things that come out of this series. We also get the Ghostmaker's origin and a Ghostmaker battle. And then we wrap up this omnibus with a tale about Jim Gordon. Yo, to me, James Tynion delivered on the first half of this Batman omnibus. I can't wait for volume 2 to come out. Now, was it great? I would not call it great, but I will give it a 7 out of 10. The worst arcs are in the beginning, and that is the first designer arc. That arc was a little underwhelming, but it does get better as you keep reading. So yeah, I got James Tynion Batman Omnibus Volume 1 at number 9. At number 8, I got Wolverine and Spider-Man by Mark Guggenheim. Now, this is an ongoing series. I think it's only 8 issues in, but man, it is a travel through the Marvel Universe. And it kind of starts off as a mission to conceal all the double agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. See, there's a document that threatens to leak to expose every double agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., expose every mission they've been on, and Bill Branscombe comes to Wolverine for him to, you know, be the best at what he does. And that's go retrieve this document, take it from whoever has it, and make sure they don't see the light of day. So Wolverine goes and swoops up Spider-Man. They go to retrieve the document. Now, in the middle of retrieving this document, Spider-Man stumbles on evidence, video evidence, that Logan was behind the unaliving of his parents. And that's where this story really takes you on a roller coaster ride, y'all. I mean, some of the best panels you're gonna get is Spider-Man fighting Wolverine. And it's gonna last from issue to issue to issue. Right when you think they got over it, boom, web swing, bow, a punch right in Wolverine's face. So not only is this a mystery story, but it also turns into a multiversal time jumping masterpiece, because yo, Wolverine and Spider-Man end up in the Savage Land, they end up in the future, they end up in the past. They're just jumping from timeline to timeline as this story continues to unfold. I think in the last issue they actually fought a spin-off on the Avengers, a team called the Revengers, and the identities of them were like 2 Avengers in 1. And when I say 2 Avengers in 1, they fought a guy named Hulk Panther. Yes, it was like the Hulk and the Black Panther in 1. They fought like a Ultron look-alike. They fought a She-Hulk in a mix with like a Psylocke. Like, yo, it is a crazy story, but it is loads of fun. The art is stellar. I love this story. I cannot wait to see how it ends. It's only 8 issues, but it's 8 issues of greatness. It gets better and better each issue. This is Spider-Man and Wolverine by Mark Guggenheim. Let's keep it moving. Next, we got Spider-Man by David Michelinie and Erik Larsen Omnibus. Yo, why did I wait so long to read this? Not only do we get 2 Sinister Six arcs that are like 4 to 5 issues a piece, but we also get so many Venom stories in this omnibus. Spider-Man is just facing off with Venom left and right. Venom cannot let Spider-Man go. He's tracking him all through this omnibus. And then we get a Doctor Doom story, yo. We get a Doctor Doom story. There's a simple thief that steals this big, huge diamond, right? Pulls off the heist of his life. And as he's trying to get away, Doom appears. Who would have thought that this diamond that this simple jewel thief stole belonged to Dr. Doom's mama? And y'all know Dr. Doom ain't taking kindly to you stealing from his mama, dog. Like, he ain't taking kindly to that. Spider-Man knows he's in deep once he sees Doom. He has second thoughts, like, man, I don't even know if I can defeat Doom. This omnibus was great. You even get a Spider-Man and Wolverine double issue in this omnibus. So many guest appearances throughout. Like I said, Venom. And you know, anytime Spider-Man and Venom is on the same page, it's gonna be great. We get the origin. We get the origin of the cybernetic Spider-Man suit. Cyborg Spider-Man origin in this omnibus. Yes, David Michelinie was in his bag. Eric Larson, we already know he's a great when it comes to that art. I really enjoyed this omnibus, and I have it at number 7 on my top 10 reads. Now, we gonna close this out, part 1. We gonna end it with number 6. And number 6 is The Spectre by John Ostrander. Man, I can see why this run was talked about by so many people. I mean, bro, the art alone makes it a masterpiece to me. I didn't know Tom Drake could really draw like this. I've never seen actually nothing like his art. He really spooks me and freaks me out when I'm reading this run. Just some of the stuff that he draws, bro. I'm like, man, I'm telling you, he makes this series spooky as hell. Not only do we get the origin of Jim Corrigan in there, but the origin of the Spectre. I guess the Spectre needs an anchor to the world, and his anchor in this omnibus is Amy Biederman. Amy Biederman has an internal sickness, and there is a serial killer on the loose that is only hunting people with her sickness. Jim Corrigan, the Spectre, happens to fall in love with Amy, and he vows not to let nothing happen to Amy. But even with all his powers, we find out that Jim can't save everybody. The Spectre ends up fighting Michael in this book. The Spectre ends up going to heaven, facing off with God. The Spectre goes to hell, faces off with the devil in this book. Yo! And not to mention, he's all powerful, so there's really no villains that can stand in his way. But Jim Corrigan manages to lose his Spectre powers in this run, and guess who takes him? Madame Xanadu becomes the Spectre in this book, yo. She becomes the Spectre, Madame Xanadu, dog. Like, that's crazy to me. This run is magnificent. Now, this is just volume 1. I can't wait for volume 2. Now, this is not my first read of this, but this is my first time reading it in oversized format, so it had to make the list. I have the trades. I've read the 60 issue run because it is 60 issues. We get about 34 issues in this first omnibus, but it's just too damn great not to make the list, man. I got John Ostrander's Spectre at number 6, and that concludes part 1 of my top 10 reads for the year 2025. What do y'all think of my 10 through 6 list? This is part 1. Part 2 will be coming soon. I'm your boy, Super Duper Deuces. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel.